Hi everyone, in this video I am going to explain you about complex permanent tissues, both xylem and phloem. Complex permanent tissue. The complex tissues are made up of more than one type of cells and these work as a unit. Complex tissues are heterogeneous in condition. Complex tissues are absent in gametophytic plants. During vascularization in plants, differentiation of procambium followed by the formation of primary phloem and primary xylem simultaneously. Complex tissues are broadly classified into two types. Number 1, xylem, and number 2, phloem. Complex tissues are xylem and phloem. Very first, we can discuss about xylem. The term xylem is coined by the scientist Nageli. In Greek, xylus means wood. The function of xylem is to conduct water and mineral salts upward from the root to stem and leaves. And xylem also gives mechanical strength to the plant body. For conduction of water, death of protoplasm is must. Dead tissues are more developed in water scarce condition. On the basis of origin, xylem is divided into two types, primary xylem and secondary xylem. Primary xylem originates from procambium. On the basis of development of primary xylem, it is divided into two parts, protoxylem and metaxylem. Cells of protoxylem are small as compared to metaxylem. Metaxylem is more mature than protoxylem. You have to remember protoxylem is first formed xylem, metaxylem is next formed xylem. Development of water conducting elements of xylem. It is of three types such as centrifugal, centripetal and centrifugal-centripetal. First one, centrifugal. In this type of development, the protoxylem formed near the central axis and metaxylem is formed away from the center, it means towards the periphery. This condition is known as end arch condition, generally seen in stems of angiosperms and gymnosperms. Centripetal. In this type, protoxylem is formed away from the center, it means near to the pericycle, and metaxylem is formed towards the center. This condition is called exarch condition, generally seen in roots of the plants. Centrifugal and centripetal. In this type, elements of metaxylem is formed from both sides of the elements of protoxylem. In this type of development, protoxylem is surrounded by metaxylem. This condition is known as mesarch condition, generally seen in the rhizomes of fern plants. Secondary xylem originates from vascular cambium. The elements of xylem are xylem tracheids, xylem vessels or xylem tracheae, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Among these, xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem fibers are called dead tissue and xylem parenchyma is living tissue. Among these, xylem parenchyma only living tissue. Xylem tracheids. The term xylem tracheid was coined by Sanyo. Tracheids having a narrow lumen. Tracheids are dead and lignified cells. The deposition of lignin on cell wall is responsible to form different types of thickenings. Pits are non-lignified areas on lignified wall. Tracheids are primitive conducting elements of xylem. They are present in all tracheophytic plants. They are elongated or tube-like cell with thick and lignified wall and tapering end. Tracheids join together from their ends to form a long row these rows extending from the root to leaves via stem. A transverse septum lies between each two tracheids. It bears pits. Water moves from one trachea to another trachea through these pits only. Due to presence of transverse septum, lumen is discontinuous in xylem tracheids. Checkpoint. Usually, broadened pits are present at end walls of tracheids. The maximum bordered pits are found in the tracheids of gymnospermic plants. Maximum deposition of lignin is found in pitted type of thickenings. Annular and spiral type of thickenings of lignin is found in protoxylem. Reticulate and pitted mainly type of thickenings of lignin is found in metaxylem. In metaxylem, tracheids of pteridophytes, scalariform type of thickenings is found. These are important points regarding the xylem tracheids. Remember this. Second type, xylem vessels. It is advanced water conducting element of xylem. It is a long cylindrical tube-like structure made up of many cells called vessel members, each with lignified walls and a large central cavity. The lumen of vessels is wider than tracheids and end walls is perforated, which means transverse septum is absent between two vessel elements. If present, then it is porous. Thus, vessels are more capable for conduction of water than tracheids. Due to presence of perforated end, vessels works as pole line during conduction of water. Vessels contain usually simple pits at their lateral wall. Thickening type of wall is the same as tracheids. Checkpoint. Vessels are only found in xylem of angiosperm, but exceptionally it is also present in some gymnosperms like Ephedra, Netum and Welwitschia. Vessels are absent in some angiospermic plants like Dracena, Yucca, Dacineria, Drimys. There are some angiosperm families in which vessels of angiosperms are included. Example, Winteraceae, Tetracentronaceae and Trochodendroaceae. Vessels are examples of dead syncyte. Syncyte in the sense cell which is formed by fusion of cells called as syncyte. Let's check the diagrammatic representation of xylem tracheids and xylem vessels. See those diagrams carefully. See the difference between lignified thickenings in xylem tracheids and xylem vessels. The reticulate simple pit containing the diagrams are xylem tracheids. The second one, annular, spiral, scalariform elements are xylem vessels. Third one, xylem fibers. Xylem fibers provides strength to the tracheids and vessels. Mainly these fibers provides strength to the vessels. They have highly thickened walls and obliterated central lumen. They are present more abundantly in secondary xylem. You have to remember fibers give strength to tracheids and vessels. Mainly they give mechanical strength to vessels. The fourth type of xylem element is xylem parenchyma, which is a living tissue in xylem. Xylem parenchyma. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. It stores starch, fats and tannins, etc. The radial conduction of water is the function of xylem parenchyma. It conducts water to peripheral part of plant organs. They store food material in the form of starch, fat and other substances. Their wall possesses pits. Phloem. The term phloem is coined by the scientist Nageli. The main function of the phloem is to conduct food materials usually from the leaf to other plant parts. Example,
storage organ, and growing regions. On the basis of origin, phloem is classified into two categories: primary phloem and secondary phloem. Primary phloem originates from procambium and secondary phloem originates from vascular cambium. On the basis of development of primary phloem, categorized into two types, protophlloem and metaphloem. The protophlloem has narrow sieve tubes, whereas metaphloem has bigger sieve tubes. Here you have to remember one thing: protophlloem is first formed phloem, metaphloem is next formed phloem. Phloem remains active for less duration as compared to xylem. Phloem consists of four different types of cells, such as number 1, sieve cell or sieve tube; number 2, companion cells; number 3, phloem parenchyma; number 4, phloem fibers. Phloem consists of four types of cells. Number 1, sieve cells or sieve tubes; number 2, companion cells; number 3, phloem parenchyma; number 4, phloem fibers. Among these, sieve cell or sieve tube, companion cells, phloem parenchyma are living tissue, phloem fibers are dead tissue. Now, the very first one is sieve cells or sieve tubes, which are collectively called sieve elements. Sieve cells are present in gymnosperms and sieve tubes are present in angiosperms and pteridophytes. Sieve elements was discovered by Hartig. Central vacuole is present in each sieve cells or sieve tube element. Sieve plate, oblique transverse perforated septa is present between the two sieve tube elements. Materials are transported through these pores. Sieve cell or sieve tube element are living and thin-walled. Here you have to remember, sieve cells and sieve tubes are collectively called sieve elements. In those, sieve cells are present in gymnosperms and sieve tubes are present in angiosperms and pteridophytes. And one more thing you have to remember, sieve cell or sieve tube both are living and thin-walled. Sieve element contains special type of protein which is called P protein. P in the sense phloem protein. In gymnosperms and pteridophytes, sieve cells are arranged irregularly. Sieve cells have sieve plates and their lateral walls. Thus, conduction of food takes place in zigzag manner. Mature sieve tube elements are enucleated living cells. In angiospermic plants, sieve tube elements are arranged with their ends and form sieve tube. Kalos deposited on the radius of pores during dropping season, which means autumn season of leaves. To form thick layer, this is called callus pad. Sieve plate is protected by callus pad. It is also prevented from bacterial infection and drought conditions. Callose dissolves during spring season by callase enzyme. In angiospermic plants, food conduction is erect and efficient. Checkpoint. Food conduction is bidirectional in sieve tube. Sieve tube is an example of living enucleated syncyte. Most likely function of P protein is sealing mechanism on wounding. Second type, companion cells. The companion cells are specialized parenchyma cells which are closely associated with sieve tube elements. The sieve tube elements and companion cells are connected by pit fields present between their common longitudinal walls. Sieve tube element and companion cells originates together. Both of them originates from single mother cell. That's why sieve tube elements and companion cells both together called as sister cells. Companion cells are only found in angiosperms, exception Astrobelia in angiosperm plant, but companion cells are absent. Companion cell maintain pressure gradient in sieve tube elements. Function of sieve tubes are regulated by companion cells only. Special type of cells attached with the sieve cells in gymnospermic plants and pteridophytes in place of companion cells. These cells are called as albuminous cells or Strasburger cells. These albuminous cells are analogous to companion cell. Remember, albuminous cells are present in gymnosperms and pteridophytes instead of companion cells. But these albuminous cells are analogous to companion cells. Number 3. Phloem fibers. Fibers which are present in phloem are called bast fibers. These fibers are generally not found in primary phloem, only present in secondary phloem. These fibers provides mechanical support to the conducting tissue or conducting elements like sieve cells and sieve tube elements. Phloem fibers are bast fibers having economic importance. Fourth one, phloem parenchyma. It is also known as bast parenchyma. It is made up of elongated tapering cylindrical cells which have dense cytoplasm and nucleus and connected through plasmodesmata. Its cells are living and thin-walled. It stores various materials, example resin, latex, mucilage, etc. The main function of phloem parenchyma is conduction of food material in radial direction and storage of food. The food conducting element of phloem is called leptome. Leptome term was proposed by the scientist Haberland. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of longitudinal section of phloem tissue. How all the 4 elements of phloem arranged in phloem tissue, like sieve tube elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Sieve tube element having sieve pores. Through that pores they transport food material. Let's see how sieve tube elements are associated with companion cells, how phloem parenchyma is arranged, sieve pores, everything. Let's check this diagram carefully for our better understanding. Note, hadrome or xylem. Tracheids and vessels are collectively known as water conducting elements or hadrome. Hadrome term given by Haberland. Leptome or phloem. The main food conducting element of phloem is called leptome. Leptome includes sieve cells and sieve tubes. Leptome term was given by Haberland only.